Because how does one write a thread that makes money?
It's not about how you write the thread, it's about what the thread says. When you're using Twitter for like all of your clients, just like tweet what they want to see.
How many threads do you post for a client every month?
Every day.
You write a thread a day for your clients?
Every day, yes.
Dude, what's your content strategy? Can you disclose?
Yeah, I don't mind. 4 posts per day.
His story is actually pretty inspirational. He, maybe like 8 months ago, you were making like 1K a month writing. And now it's like you're hitting 30K plus months, and for your clients, you're making like 250K a month for your clients. And I'm like, yeah, this is fun. Let's just riff, because if there's this one thing that unites us, I feel it's I was a ghostwriter, you are a ghostwriter, and we both kind of just don't like other ghostwriters.
I hate other ghostwriters.
Yeah. There's gonna be a few of the things we talk about, but yeah. Marcos, welcome to the show. I want to start with the question you asked me to ask you, which is, Marcos, how does one write a thread that makes money?
Yeah, it's funny. It's like I think the common misconception with the threads is they think that there's like some sort of framework, mental model, etc., that's gonna make the money from the thread. Like it's almost like remember the meme you sent me, the tactic hunter. The tactic hunter. Like if this had an editor, it would be on the screen. Like the tactic hunter. Like people think that there's some sort of tactic that's gonna make the money with the viral threads, but it's not.
The tactic hunter is like when you're like, you feel like one thing is gonna change everything. You assume that every little action you have has infinite leverage. So you say, I sent out one DM and I'm not making money, but I sent it with the tactic you told me, Marcos. Why is it not making money? Right? That is a tactic hunter, the one that just tries new things over and over again and never sticks to anything.
It reminds me, I was just watching it was like a Hormozy clip, and he was saying how when he was growing up, he kept thinking that somebody knew something that he didn't, but that was never it, right? It was genuinely just doing like the basic obvious shit that we always say, but like for beginners, and like you don't know, it's easy to say when you're not a beginner anymore, but as a beginner, the biggest barrier is getting through that. Like you genuinely just have to do like the typical thing. And back to your question for like the threads, it's not about how you write the thread, it's about what the thread says. And I've realized this actually like the last few weeks, really. Like I can't make a client special. Like no matter what I do, like I can write the coolest, but the best possible framework and the most proven templates. I can't make them special, so I can't make them money if they don't have a good product, and I can't make them money if they're not a successful person. So like, which is why we turn away so many people. It's because like for us, we've been even working on like a process to verify that the person is who they say they are. Like if you're selling a course, and this goes back to me hating ghostwriters, right? Because every ghostwriter hits 10K a month, and then they sell a course on how to hit 10K a month. I hate that because I've been through so many shitty courses, and one of the good ones, for example, was you had like a low ticket program, right? Like low ticket program. Right. I joined it, but you had 10x the results that I was looking for, right? You had done 75K in a month on ghostwriting. I would have been happy with 7K. So I was like, that should be like that general rule of thumb. So for us to even accept somebody is like, if you're going to sell a course on ecom, you have to have created an e-commerce brand or store that has done tons of money. If you're going to promise people that you can get them to 6 figures, you better damn have gotten to 7 figures, right? Like I'm not working with anybody who gets to 6 figures and then teaches people 6 figures, right? Because they could have gotten lucky. And they could be lying. Like there's so many things. So for the viral thread, the answer is that you have to actually have good results. And that's why for me, if you go to my profile, like my threads now are just like us flexing results. And even my threads for my clients are just like a lot of times it's just flexing their story and like flexing results. Even if
I told you this on the call. Remember yesterday? I thought, and like I told you guys, like Marcus, don't take this personally, but like this video you posted has like 0 value and it's all flexing results. And you're like, yeah, that's the point. Like this is why I did it. Can you disclose what the thread was and kind of what the video was so people can see and how much money it made? I think that's relevant.
Yeah. So you're talking about the video of
the 3-minute case study.
The 100K case study, yeah. So I did a 100K a month case study. It was for a client that did 100K a month. This was like early. This was like my first time a client hit 100K a month. So I instantly just wrote up a 4 or 5 page document on how they hit 100K a month. I didn't give away like what you would think when you click it. With the clickbait is that you think I'm giving you all the tactics and all the strategies and all this stuff, but it's actually just a ploy to spam results and analytics and screenshots of spreadsheets and like all of the numbers because it's made for the ideal client. And what I've realized, especially as an agency owner, is when you post the kind of strategy stuff, the only people that are actually caring about the actual tactics are the people who are trying to beat you and copy you.
Right.
Your actual ideal client does not give a fuck about anything other than the result. So like that clicked with me.
Yeah, especially with you, like people don't have the time. One time I ran this 2 week challenge. I thought I was a genius for running it. It was just a complete failure. But it was a 2 week challenge in which I was gonna personally coach 20 people into closing their next client, right? And it ended up me being on 9 calls, just hating every single minute of those calls. But during that, one thing came across. So a ghostwriter asked me, another ghostwriter, it's like, what do you think about the content? And I go over his content, and one of his most popular tweets, or one of the recent tweets, was, I'm so happy I finally made enough money to quit my job ghostwriting. I'm like, dude, don't post that. You can't do that. Like, imagine, what would a client feel, right? If you hire somebody and then that somebody posts, I just closed my first client, I'm so excited.
Right.
Like, fuck.
So bad.
Give me a refund. I don't want that.
I've been tweeting this since like November, October. I was like, build in public is so stupid. Like, I've never found something more stupid than build in public and documenting your journey. And I get like the Gary Vee thing where it's like documenting.
What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean?
I think it's so dumb. Like, if you're using social media as a client acquisition source, right? And that's the caveat, right? If you're not using social media to get clients, then so be it. Document your journey. I don't care. If you're using social media to get clients, don't document your journey. Don't build in public. Your social media is strictly to get clients, so you need to be tweeting and putting out content of what your clients would want to see, their pain points, dreams, fears, etc. The 4 quadrants or whatever.
Yeah.
You made me do it like a year ago. But people will be
like, for everybody's listening, it's like frustrations, and then you list their frustrations, and then play it out over a year. Those are their fears. And then you flip the frustrations, play it over a year, flip it, and that's the ones. Play it out over a year, and that's the dream outcome. So if you make content around those 4 things, it tends to hit really hard. But you can go on.
Yeah, it's like the whole build in public thing. It's like, I saw a guy like, oh, we just hit like 1K MRR, like just closed a client, like getting up, going to the gym, like great. But how is that going to get you clients, right? And like, do as I say, not as I do, right? Because I'm at the point now where like most of my clients come from referrals, so I get to do whatever the fuck I want, right? It's like at the time, and like when you're in the mixer for like the first 6 months in business, when you're using Twitter for like all of your clients, it's just like tweet what they want to see. And I've gotten better at this. I was doing a market research doc the other day, because I'm redoing my VSL, and he was telling me like I would say something like, for example, I was like, statistics that the online education industry is growing, right? Because I work with online education companies and gurus and course creators. He was like, but why would they care? And I was like, good point. They don't. They already started the online education business. They don't care that the industry is growing.
Right.
That would just be for me to be like trying to like get an airhead and thinking like, oh my God, you know what I mean?
It's like the fitness coach that posts about how to improve the form of your deadlift. It's like, bro, your ideal prospect doesn't go to the gym. He doesn't care about the form of a deadlift.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like he cares about doing the thing. Like how to, I don't know.
Yeah, unless you're like a power lifter. Yeah, if you're a powerlifting coach, like a strength
that
coach
makes sense.
for like professional athletes, then yes. But if you're trying to get like 25 to 35-year-old men that hate their 9 to 5 and are skinny fat, like they don't care about the form of the deadlift. They care about not being skinny fat. So you need to post things about, you just need to post either results or actionable advice that's going to get them in your DM just enough.
I have a story about this. I want to share this story. So it's one about like learning to really understand your target market and speaking their language. John was in a call the other day, you know John, and he mentioned that a lot of his clients had this recurring thing. So he's like a sleep coach and like sleep gut health like health coach, and a lot of his clients had the same issue that they were waking up at between 1 and 3 a.m. And like for some reason, all of his clients had that. And then he tweeted about how if you're waking up between 1 and 3 a.m., it's because of these issues. And then right below, like the tweet got like 1,800 likes. It went crazy, right? And below he said like, if you have sleep issues, DM me sleep. And then he just flexed on everybody on the call. That was like right after yours. He just flexed at everybody, just like 70 inbound DMs from that one specific tweet to your pain point. Which, by the way, talking about how you wake up between 1 and 3 a.m., it got him more leads than giving them a whole list of value on how to sleep better. You know, so to me that was interesting. It's like people really want to feel more understood, right? Than learn things. They don't want info. They kind of want just like that little emotional comfiness in order to like DM you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like the biggest thing for me has been, especially for me, is like we put out a ton of volume. Like we're putting out thousands of threads per quarter, right? So it's a ton of content.
How many threads do you write? Like how many threads do you post for a client every month?
Every day.
30. You write a thread a day for your clients?
Every day, yes.
Do you juice every single one?
Every day is juiced. We're the best.
Yeah,
That's not the only piece of content. It's multiple pieces of content per day. So,
okay, so what's your content strategy? Can you disclose?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'm the best.
3 to 4 posts per day. With one of those being some sort of thread or big piece. We retweet our own tweets, and like we do kind of the whole shebang with automation.
That's auto DM?
Sorry, yeah, auto DM, but also like auto retweet, auto plug. Like we do all of the basic stuff. The caveat is there's a split, right? And this is what I was alluding to, is that the pain points and the fears and the desires is great, but at some point you have to balance that with growth. And there's a secret sauce here. Like if you have 100 followers, right, and you are like a B2B, you need to get some followers. Like you need followers. It's like, guess what? You're just going to be talking to a wall. Like if you have 100 followers and you tweet, results, but you have no followers, so you're not talking to anybody, and nobody follows you. So like you don't have a JK following you, you don't have a Marcos following you, because who follows you matters, right? A lot. Yeah. So like, and this is like for me too. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like 500 followers with 100 of those being notables is huge. Is much better than having 5,000 followers with no notables. And I call them notables. It's like pretentious. It's just people who have a name in the industry, because people just it's like having a blue check mark. It's like having 100 blue check marks, right? If I go to Jacob Molina's profile, it says 150 people follow him. It's like 150 verifications, right? It's like
it's like if you go to a party and then it's like there's a really popular people, and the people who hang out with them are like, oh yeah, of course they're cool, right? Of course they're cool too. If I like that guy, I'm probably gonna like this other guy. So that is like a really good follower magnet. I really like the way you said it, by the way. Which is it's what did you say? Like it was number of followers and who follows you, and I thought like, is he repeating himself? But it's like, no, those are two concepts you were talking about right there.
Yeah.